Okay, the basic and extended examination of the fetal heart. Those of you who are doing fetal echo, well and good. There will be some more addition from my previous talk. And those of you who have joined us for the first time, they will also enjoy the show. The educational objectives is to understand the rationale for prenatal cardiac screening, list the main components of the basic extended exam, and define the extended basic and identify the common heart problems. When we talk of fetal cardiac screening, why do it? Possible associated abnormalities, option for termination, end part of testing, basic time of delivery, and sometime in the developed countries, the procedures performed. How well we can detect heart abnormalities? The Radius trial done for cardiac screening some time ago, they said they were able to pick up 16.6% detection before 24 weeks. A word of caution that those patients where we don't see anything between that target scanning between 18 to 22 weeks, be careful that the cardiac anomalies might be there, and later scans at 28 weeks would be recommended. So these are the prenatal detection artery in a non-selected population. I'll skip some of the slides just to tell you that how important we have what we have to really work on. This is a study done, and it shows in white and gray shades that those who took training and those who did not do training, what was the detection rate, and it's important that one must be trained. Training and experience has a significant impact on the fetal cardiac screening for major congenital heart diseases, and we must extend this basic exam. So these are the various percentages, and I'll skip these busy slides because we'll talk about them again if the time permits at the end, that what are the common ones and how the common ones should be dealt with. Although mostly the cardiac anomalies are detectable early in gestation, some may evolve in utero at the three stages of pregnancy. This is not my slide. This is Welch's slide from AR11, which means that it is quite possible that the first scan that you did between 18 to 22 weeks, you didn't pick up, and because the problem was developing. And there has been guideline by so we will talk about that. So what we are going to cover up, I'm going to go very fast. First, list them what we are going to do. So we'll come back to again all these problems again. But this is the list of things which I'm going to talk of, and I'm going very fast because of the time constraint. So we are going to talk each and every one under the heading, and let's see what we have to begin with. So this is just a list, a summary list of what we are going to do in the next 2 hours. Alright? So that's why I'm going fast. Now we come to the equipment. When we talk about equipment, we need a high resolution machine. We need 5 cameras, sometimes 7. N-mode and pulse doppler should be there with your machine. Ideal thing is to have harmonics in the machine, which can give you a quality image. What are the timings when to do it? AR recommends 18 to 22 weeks and extendable up to 24 weeks depending on the thickness of anterior abdominal wall. Any patient who has got an abdominal wall thickness less than 1 centimeter, excellent resolution, you will not miss anything. Anything 1 to 2 centimeters thickness, you may require very good machine and might require laser scan. And if it is more than 2 centimeters, say 3 centimeters thickness of anterior abdominal wall, it's quite possible to miss those entities which we are going to discuss. Low risk patients at 20 weeks and high risk patients between 12 and 14 weeks is the recommendation by the AIM. So that's what we have to work on. Indications: when do we do this cardiac study? Fetal echo, family history, maternal diagnosis, suspicion of congenital heart on electrical ultrasound. Somebody did the ultrasound and said, look, there's something I'm uncomfortable with, and they need to do the fetal echo. Arrhythmias, extracardiac congenital anomalies, chromosomal anomalies, and others. Now we come to the main topic, that is the position and axis of the heart, which is to be determined first. We have got levocardia, which is called as normal position. We have got dextrocardia, which is just the opposite. We have dextro position, and everything is related to some findings which we are going to pick up. Mesocardia means the apex of the heart is facing the front, which is the sternum, and extreme levocardia is extreme left side. So these are the 5 cardiac positions which will be discussed and we'll talk about. Normal axis is 45 degrees plus minus 20. In our study, which we have done, we find 45 degrees plus minus 15. Abnormal axis means detailed scan, and abnormal position look for the chest mass. We all know this figure very well. Those of you doing ultrasound, they would know that this is spine, and when you divide the chest into 4 quadrants, you draw a line, and you draw a line on the intraventricular septum. So if you have this line and this line, which every one of us can make, anything in between will be 45 degrees. So you don't have a divider or an angle marker which would say that this 45 is just halfway between the two is 45 degrees, which we know accordingly. So here is the scan, and I'm scanning the fetus, and we have intraventricular septum, and we have got these out. So we divide these 3 dotted lines, and it should cross in such a way that we can see this aorta. Everybody can see this aorta. If you can see this aorta, that it should just touch the line, and then you divide it into 4 quadrants, and then you put another line on the intraventricular septum. So if this and this, it is halfway, means it is 45 degrees. Very easy to determine that on the basis of the spine taking as a reference point. Now about the normal fetal physiology. Before we go to the fetal physiology, we must know about the adult heart as well. So there are 4 chambers, and you can see the atriums, the upper, then we can see the right side, the left side, then the ventricles, and they are beating at a normal pace. Now, the blue blood which is coming in this direction, the blue blood which is coming is entering into the right atrium, and when it is entering into the right atrium, it goes into the right ventricle. That's the normal physiology of, and then it goes into the pulmonary artery. So from the right atrium, it goes into the right ventricle. From right ventricle, it goes into the right pulmonary artery, and from pulmonary artery, it goes into the pulmonary veins, and when it goes into the pulmonary veins, it comes back again into the left atrium after oxygenation, and then from the left atrium to left ventricle, and from left ventricle the blood goes into the aorta as a cusp. And then of course it goes to the arch of the aorta, supplying blood to the entire. Now the physiology of internal structures, which is the fetal echo, is a little different. There are 3 major issues which are not present in the adult heart. One is the foramen ovale, which is patent in utero, and we have ductus venosus, which is patent in utero, and we have ductus arteriosus, which is patent in utero. So these are the three things which change soon after birth, and we'll talk about the process in a while. So keep an eye. Now this is the heart of the fetus, and when we see the heart of the fetus, we see the patent foramen ovale, which was not there in the adult heart. So from this side it's a blue gut, and here we see the entrance into the left atrium. Now this process is done through the ductus venosus. The reason being that ductus venosus actually is a narrow slit of the umbilical vein. It's just like having a pipe, and you squeeze the pipe from the end, the water is going to go at a distance. So when the ductus venosus narrows, it produces a jet, and the jet, what it does is, instead of letting the blood go into the right ventricle, ejects it fast with greater velocity into the left atrium, and from the left atrium the oxygenated blood goes into the left and then supplies the aorta. The other structures which are very important is what we do is that very little blood is being oxygenated blood is passing through the pulmonary artery. That's why we have shown you the narrow, and this is the ductus arteriosus. So there are three things. One is ductus venosus, foramen ovale, and the ductus arteriosus, which is the normal physiology in the fetus. Now once that happens, let's see what will happen, and that's what the ductus venosus is. So that's the IV fluid, that's the ductus venosus, and the ductus venosus is going to supply the blood with the jet. That's why it's more whitish. Now what happens is that when the baby delivers, we know that we have to cut the cord. Okay? We have to cut the cord, the umbilical cord. The whole physiology of heart changes. Now what happens is, ductus venosus closes in the first few hours. Ductus arteriosus closes in 12 hours. And the foramen ovale closes in 24 hours. The normal physiology, the process of the heart which takes place as soon as you clamp the umbilical cord. The reason that you can clamp the umbilical cord, the ductus venosus is the first one to be affected, and then the lungs which have collapsed, it starts to function after the birth, and that negative pressure closes the ductus arteriosus and closes the foramen ovale. So let's see. There's the umbilical vein, that's the ductus venosus, which is slit-like structure which produces a jet, and now when that goes, it seizes, and you see it starts to finish as soon as you clamp the cord. So the first thing which is closed is the ductus venosus, and the second thing which is affected after the whole process is the ductus arteriosus. So this ductus arteriosus finishes.